What's going on, everybody? We're here to share our bacon recipe with all of you. Really appreciate you guys watching. And as you notice, we have our Tropicana Tangerine Lemonade beverage from our previous video where we talked about our drink recipe, as well as our Mountain Dew Ice that's become somewhat of a staple in our Verdict Squad kitchen. Now we'll explain just in a moment why these beverages are relevant to our bacon recipe. Also, if you haven't already done so, be sure to watch our previous video on our Seagie's Yogurt and Bolthouse Farms smoothie recipe. Also, to be sure to like this video, subscribe to our Verdict Squad channel if you haven't already done so, smash that notification button, and be sure to give that verdict down below on what you think of our bacon recipe. What would you add? What would you take away? What your personal favorite bacon recipe is? And all that good stuff we're looking forward to listening to and reading in the comment section below. Also, you can follow us on our Twitter at VerdictSquadNow, Instagram VerdictSquadNow. Our username is Reddit is VerdictSquad. Also on Twitch at VerdictSquadNow, and we'll include links to our social media accounts in the description below. Now for our bacon recipe, we have our bacon here. It's just your standard turkey bacon here. We just use the Butterball brand. It's gluten-free, obviously, and depending upon where you shop and what's available to you, we just recommend going for either just obviously a gluten-free bacon alternative, as well as a higher quality brand. It doesn't have to be either just Butterball or whatever you have available at stores near you. So just real quick, let's take a look at the nutrition facts here. Also, just like I said, it's turkey bacon, generally less fat than your standard bacon. Here you have your ingredient list. You can pause the video, read this at your convenience to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Also, in case you haven't seen our previous videos where we shared nutrition facts here of our beverages, Mountain Dew Ice. Obviously, it's not the healthiest beverage, but again, this will serve as essentially part of our recipe. We'll show you why and how it's incorporated into it in just a moment. Here are your nutrition facts, like I said before, and the ingredient list to the Mountain Dew Ice. Also, again, our Tangerine Lemonade from Tropicana. Like the other ingredients that we have, pause the video, just read it at your convenience. Now, those are the main components of our bacon recipe. We'll also add a seasoning too, and we're going to show you what seasoning we selected in just a bit. Here we selected this brown sugar vanilla McCormick spice. Here we're going to add to our bacon as it's cooking in our pan. Now we just went with a McCormick just because it's fairly accessible. There are a lot of varieties and flavors with this brand. It's a fairly standard brand. Obviously, whatever is available at stores near you or wherever you shop. Obviously, you should try to go for the best brands for the best price you can possible. Obviously, for all of our recipes, like we say before, they're meant to be adaptable. They're meant to be a platform for creativity, so to speak. As anybody with a cooking channel would especially know, that the kitchen is one of the greatest places in your home in terms of what you prepare for your food is for inspiration, and to be able to allow yourself to create unique recipes and to be able to really just get inspired to have a passion for cooking and obviously for food in general. Just so you don't guys have to wait to see us marinate our bacon with the Mountain Dew Ice and the Tropicana Tangerine Lemonade juice. We just have it marinating here. It's been marinating for, about at least 12 hours now, just so it can soak in. Be sure to lock in those unique, bold flavors into the bacon. You're probably not used to these, so trying something a little different here in our Verdict Squad kitchen. So we're looking forward to preparing this for you, showing you how it tastes, what to expect if you choose to try this at home. And here, as you can see, we greased up our pan with some vegetable oil just to make it easier to cook our bacon. Just flip it over so it can cook it evenly and so it doesn't stick to the pan. Just use some Crisco oil over here. As you can see, past this cup, it's your standard Crisco oil just to grease our pan. And now we'll begin to add our bacon here to our pan. Now, obviously we didn't use the whole package. I'm just going to show you a few strips of bacon here just to give you a good idea what to expect if you choose to try this recipe for yourself. Obviously it'll take longer to cook all the bacon, but again, just for time's sake, we'll just show you a few strips of bacon. as you can see, we're trying to fill up our pan here with all the bacon that we've had marinating using our Mountain Dew ice and our Tropicana Tangerine Lemonade beverage. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we're going to try to fit all this here. Just this one last piece here. So obviously, depending on if you have other juices available, if you have a certain preference, here we're just going to kick it up a bit of a step here, a bit of a notch, however you want to call it. Throw on a little bit here and just get this cooking a little more. So obviously we're going to be adding our brown sugar vanilla spice coming up here soon. Alright guys, for our brown sugar vanilla spice here, we're not going to add a whole lot, just enough to get a little more of a coating on top here. Now again, like with any part of our recipe, all depends on your personal taste. If you want to add a little more of a sweetness to it, you can. Me personally, I don't have just a sweet tooth, I have sweet teeth. So I prefer a much sweeter tasting food in my recipes. So just trying to add a whole lot here. A lot of it going on. Just going to let this cook for a little while. We're just going to show you when we flip these what to expect to have them look like when you're trying this recipe at home for yourself. Alright guys, you can see bacon's flipped over. It's cooking real nice. Now, me personally, I like to try to have my bacon well done, just so it's cooked thoroughly, just for obvious health reasons. Then here we're just going to show you what it's going to look like when it's wrapped up. Now guys, even though we turned our oven off here, I add a little more of our marinade juice from our bacon recipe, made up of our Mountain Dew ice and our Tropicana Tangerine Lemonade beverage. Here, as you can see, pan's still pretty hot. Just trying to get this cooked just a little more, and we'll show you guys what it's going to all look like when it's out of the pan and on our plate. Alright guys, our bacon's out of the pan and on our plate. Now me, just for a finishing touch, I'd like to take more of our brown sugar vanilla spice that we have here, just add a little more to the top. Like I said before, I'm more of a sweet foods kind of a person. Don't just have a sweet tooth, I have sweet teeth. And yes, I will stand by that terrible pun. That doesn't matter. So when it comes to our kitchen, our Verdict Squad kitchen, we create what we like to create. We like to get inspired and, more importantly, help you to be inspired and inspire others to create their own master recipes in their own kitchen. Also, depending upon if you want anything else on the side, whether it's you're going to have this for breakfast or as a snack, all depends on whatever you like to enjoy this best. Obviously, most people just generally enjoy eating bacon and just generally enjoy cooking either just a nice hearty breakfast, whether it's just eggs, bacon, ham, sausage, pancakes, whatever you're used to, just as a good addition to switch things up for your everyday routine. Now for us guys, as you can see, we added a little more of our spice, kind of decorated the dish here a little bit, just try to get enough of it around just in case people want to just dip a little more of their bacon before they serve themselves. They have that extra spice there. Now obviously you don't have to include the brown sugar vanilla spice. We personally thought it would be another touch just to add a little more to our recipe. And again, as you can see, we're all done here and we're about to enjoy at least one strip of our bacon from our bacon recipe here. I'm going to try to pace myself here and make sure not to eat all this at once. And like I said before, appreciate you guys watching this video. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said before, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our Verdict Squad channel if you haven't already done so, smash that notification button, and be sure to give that verdict down below on what you thought of this recipe, what would you add, what would you take away, what your favorite bacon recipe is, what other food would you include with this. Instead of maybe bacon, you either use ham or Canadian bacon or sausage, turkey sausage, either meat substitute, whatever you would prefer with this recipe. We want to hear that verdict down below. Also guys, to share a few more updates with our channel, be sure to be on the lookout for our second attempt at some of the challenges that we had over the past couple of weeks. Now we said before for our challenges that we're going to attempt 2 of them again, so we'll be sharing more of this on our Twitter account, so stay tuned for that. Also, we're going to begin our travel series coming up based upon a trip we took earlier this year, so we'll share more details about that. Also, be on the lookout for a new series that we're going to begin. It's going to be a voiceover series, so I'll be doing different voices for you guys for different characters. We'll share more on some of the characters that we have planned for you guys, some of the voices you'll be hearing, so I'm really looking forward to starting that series as well for you guys. Just to be on the lookout in general on our Twitter account, VerdictSquadNow. Also, you can follow us not just on Twitter, but also on Instagram, VerdictSquadNow. Username on Reddit is VerdictSquad, and also our Twitch account is VerdictSquadNow. And again, really appreciate you guys watching, and like I said before, for a unique review, all it takes is a view. See you guys in the next video, and take care.